Uncle Joe, so let's talk about that. You've been married 4 times.
Okay, but actually,
4 times.
Okay,
God.
but actually, 2 of my wives.
Put me against the wall,
Died.
shoot me.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
so-
That's true. That's true. But
But the relationship.
but-
Wait. Wait. Don't count that, brother. Come on. I'm gonna throw a red flag. I'm challenged.
flag.
This is a challenge
You
here.
still got to count it because it was married.
It's been doing football Sunday. I'm throwing a challenge flag. You can't count. The relationship was already over. God bless them, their souls.
Still.
But your marriage was over when they passed.
And you say that to say what?
Well, so you can't count, but they use that as a reason for for you to discount how many times you've been married. 4 times, brother. I mean, do it till you do it right. I'm not mad at you. I've been there for you for every one. And
Did I
guess
say
what?
that?
God damn it, I'll be
Did
there
I
for the
say
5th
that?
one.
So
No, you won't be there.
I
want
to do a toast to my OGs.
Yeah.
For y'all being present and being honest and being a source of wisdom and correction and peace for me. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
All right.
Cheers.
That was straight.
Shot.
That's the one thing we can do.
Oh, wait, do that too. Get it till you get it right.
Straight up.
That is a really sweet beat, man. That song though, man, you killing that. I'm telling you. And you saying it's unfinished, but I mean, I guess there are things. You know the sound that you're looking for and what you have to have there. That is sweet though, man.
I appreciate that.
Say, boy,
And in the song, it says, life's a lesson we can't rush through.
that's right.
This
For
can
the
only
both of them.
work
For the two
if
of us.
we
Thank
do.
you.
So I think a lot of times, especially like now in the social media era, a lot of people want these fairy tales and these rapper and rap girl relationships and these, love and hip hop type, things. And it's just so unrealistic.
Yeah.
What you are doing is spreading
It's unrealistic
information.
to the max.
I'm trying.
That's a beautiful thing. Information needs to be out there. There, some of the stories that you're telling in there, I'm loving.
Oh, you talking about the social media posts?
Right.
That's
thank
the
you.
wonderful thing that the most thing. It's a lot of things about your music that I love, and that's true. It's not just, of course, I'm biased. I love you enough. You can say Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I'll be your biggest fan anyway. But I'm just saying, the thing that really gets me with you, you get that old school vibe, and you've had it since you was born. I mean, this kid. JEREL's like, his nickname is Preacher Boy. But I'm telling you, Larry, don't you get the idea sometimes?
Because
he's been here before.
Now I got to be honest. When he first started singing, he said he's gonna sing. I said, "Oh Lord." Yeah. I'm being honest.
Yes.
I said,
I remember that.
And he's saying this. Meanwhile, he is a singer. Like, what? Where did you get it from?
We know where you got your
I'm
pipes
like,
from
Lord
now.
help
We
him,
know where your pipes. You got your
and
pipes.
you know what?
on
I
it.
said, Lord help me, and the Lord did. Because, like, what I like, when I heard the song today, because I hadn't heard that one, I don't think, and I was like, you don't really sound like nobody.
Right, only own style.
That I can think of, that I can relate to.
This is too much.
Maybe it's just me, but I just said, I hear people be like, oh, especially a lot of these women singing now, they all sound like this,
Trying to
that,
be-
that, whoever.
Right.
It's like, who is that? If you're
can't
not
hardly
in tune
tell.
to it
Right.
that deep, you'd be like, is that SZA? Is that whoever? It's like you're not sure because I ain't into it like that. I like their songs, but I'd be like, who is that?
Yeah, right.
But when I heard it, I'm like, because I'll hear something like, oh, that sounds like, I'm quick to do that. Like, oh, that sounds like so-and-so, or that sounds like,
Artists hate that, but it's a natural thing.
It's a natural thing because I think it's a compliment.
It is so much.
I think it's a compliment that you saying I sound like whatever.
Right.
And it's familiarity. That's what people like nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why they use them, the beats and the things, because you familiar with
Right, like using
Betty
samples.
Wright's
But you
Tonight is the Night or whatever.
Yeah,
You-
they do
if
so many
you hear
remixes.
that, you automatically like it.
It's
Because
like you
guess
want to
what?
put your own twist
I remember
on it.
that, So that's kind of
So
how
many
it goes.
remixes. But the thing is, I'm sorry before you get on, what I was getting at is that old school vibe that you got, it takes us back to the time where you put a message in your music, nephew. Again, the things that you sing about and put in your music, it goes back to that old school vibe where everything we used to talk about then, or sing about then, it was a message, sort of a message. Not everything, but most of it, a lot of that old school groove, that soul, that R&B, it had a message in it. And you tend to do that. That's what you got going on with the songs that you got, and the ones, most of them that I heard that you come out with. You know, all of them got some kind of message in it, and it's positive. And that's so old school, and it's so different. It's so different.
I don't know why y'all would be surprised at that. When I grew up listening to the stuff that y'all listen to, that's what I had to listen to.
Yeah. That's
It's
all
love
they had
that
to
you're
listen
running
to.
from. There's no how to play. One of my favorite songs to this day is the originals. Baby, you don't understand how much I love you, baby. No. I was just in Vegas, and Dion was talking about the days back in at East Warren Lanes for karaoke, and my dad singing Mr. and Mrs. Jones. He said people used to stop bowling in the bowling alley to come in there and hear him sing that song.
Oh man, they thought it was a tape. They thought it was actually something that was coming on the radio. They didn't realize that it was live and it was Larry. They didn't realize that. So they was like, you know.
Your father would stand
we did that
up
karaoke,
with the microphone in his hand and sing and run up to your mother and slide on his knee.
Oh, damn.
No, he didn't.
Oh, you did that, come on. Yeah, you did.
Perform!
Yeah, you did. And you know,
Perform for the people in karaoke!
and you know your dad only had one or two dance steps, but he had that one down.
I couldn't dance.
He was bad with that one.
You slid on your knees at karaoke?
Yeah, but first time I won a trip to California was singing Mr. Jones.
All right.
I won a week's trip.
Maybe I need to start sliding across the floor.
Flight and everything.
I never will forget that.
Because that was the thing we wanted him to do. We wanted Larry to have more showmanship.
Yeah.
We wanted him to be able to, have a little bit more showmanship because he was always, he had that talent, but he was not letting it all out and stuff. And we wanted him, of course, we wanted, to see him do this, that, and do that. But you could never deny the pipes. This dude blows.
Y'all had the I will say the singing comes from him, but my rhythm I get from
Your mama.
It's got to be from your
this side of
mother.
the family.
I ain't had no rhythm.
It's like your Uncle Mike and your cousin Ed. We had and Joseph. We had the routines, boy. We had the Temptation walk.
Oh yeah.
We had the dramatics.
yeah.
We had the dramatic groove.
Oh,
We
that-
had all
Dramatics
that.
groove. What's that?
But that's just a slide, a glide. The dramatics. They
Show
glide.
me.
I got this bad knee now. I look crazy right now doing it. Really, I'd love to see you do. You might catch me doing it after a couple of shots, and you might see me doing something. But no, really. But yeah. Your dad was super talented, and that's why we're not surprised that you had the pipes. And Larry, little Larry, the whole family, all the boys kind of got it. I don't know. I never heard Drea sing or anything, but I know the boys.
If she tries, she can sing. She can't.
Drea
She
is
has-
a phenomenal singer.
and she will appreciate that so much.
Drea,
You know she's gonna hear this, right?
Whitney Houston, Drea.
Can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference. And Yanni, Ella Fitzgerald. Ella would be proud of her.
That is ridiculous.
But those girls, Johnny and Joy, they had the brains and all the other stuff going on, I guess.
Lord, we
They
had.
had-
The thing is, they didn't really want to do the singing thing. They could if they wanted to. They just didn't really. They ain't really trying.
they chose
Like you
their
didn't
own
want to do
outlets
the
too.
football thing.
Oh my God! Don't bring
That's
that
not
up, man.
true. That's
Don't bring
not
that
true.
up.
That's not true.
Please don't bring that
This
up.
my uncles are distraught that I stopped playing
Oh
football.
my God!
But
No, not anymore.
Distraught.
We were.
Because
We were.
when you said,
Like right now,
I
we
don't
are
want to play
so
football, then your mama came to me and said, you better go talk to him. I said, talk to him about he's too old. If he don't want to do it, he ain't going to do it. What?
Dude, we were up in the bar.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
You're right. It's
she was
over.
for sure distraught.
She was devastated.
We were up in
All
the
the years
club.
I done spent out at Little League,
You gonna play some
you
football?
going to play
boy.
football, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
It was my senior year in high school too, and I just like I
Yeah, man.
one thing I can
Scouts
say
and
about
coaches,
myself,
everybody coming at you from every different way.
Everywhere.
All kinds of
but
scholarship
the thing
offers
is that
and
I
shit.
know, like I know
couldn't
myself,
put it
and I'm
together.
honest with myself, and I knew like the type of work it would take, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
That's too high.
I'm not saying it was too hard, but it's just I wasn't that.
If
in that
mentally
place.
you ain't
Yeah.
ready to do anything, you ain't gonna you ain't gonna excel at it anyway. So it really don't matter if you ain't mentally
If
there.
you ain't into it.
So when somebody tell you, I'm not into this, leave them alone. They're not
Leave
into
them
it.
alone. That's
Leave
right.
them when they say it.
Right, don't force it, because that's the
Because
worst thing. you can do.
they can go and do it, but it ain't gonna never work out.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wanna one last thing. I would say if you had we're gonna do two. I want if it's different, it may be the same, but I wanna know if you guys had any advice for dating and relationships. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Before we get to that, and we're gonna wrap it up soon. I wanna know, how do you guys know when a relationship is over or when it needs to be wrapped up or when it needs to end? How do you guys know when you've come to that place?
When I have other interests. When you have other interests and you know something is something's not gelling,
But I feel like it's always some other interest. I mean, it may not be like acted upon or like for real sought
that's
out.
the thing. That's the
Don't
thing.
matter
If you start
but if
thinking
it's
about
more
something
important-
too much, you think about something too much,
Yeah.
it's gonna come to fruition.
It's gonna come. It might not be there.
It
but
might not be that one, but it's if you got that out there in your head to do that, then this relationship is, you pretty much
you done already did it.
yeah
In your head.
you lost it. I mean, I've done it before. Not only in marriages. I've had a lot of different relationships. I mean, I got 3 daughters by 3 different moms. You know what I mean? I'm proud of all of them. I love them all. They love their daddy.
Yeah, they do.
But once you get to entertaining thoughts about doing other things, and
You already gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can look and say, "Damn, she look good." I mean, that's not what I'm speaking upon.
No.
When you start thinking about ways to get with that or get at that,
Right.
or trying to see how they respond towards you, then you pretty much, even without wanting you to leave their relationship, you may not want to
already
leave the
done it.
relationship,
But you done
and
put
you
a
might
lot
not
of energy into
Exactly.
that over there that ain't even here yet.
Yeah, and you want to know how you can tell it is. That's one of the signs when you got so many other interests and you don't even think about your wife like that no more, or your partner like that no more, or that level of energy for her is going somewhere else. Then you got problems you need to work on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Y'all all agree with that? That's the
Yeah,
consensus?
That's a consensus.
Yeah.
He said it all in the
Once-
mouthful.
All right.
Once it gets
So-
like that,
So what
you're
if it's not you that's got the wandering eye? Or if it's not a wandering eye at all? It's just not like
okay, well, by the same token, the affection that you don't feel, you feel less affection if people are moving off and venturing elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that's a real important factor.
damn right.
Yeah.
Real important factor.
Fair enough.
A lot of people try to cheat and hold on. That's what they call cheating.
Yeah.
You want to hold on to this and hold on to that. Yeah, you could do that for so long, but how long is that going to last? Sooner or later, it's going to come to the light.
Yeah.
You're going to get caught.
You gonna get
I mean,
Okay.
and your relationship is they're already over if you're feeling like that, even if you're not caught yet.
And really, it was already over.
It was really over when you first
It
started.
was already over.
When it first started.
Always one thing I always say: women know. You might think you being slick. Well, I'm gonna say anybody. I ain't gonna just use that, but I'm gonna say, you know what you know when you know what you know.
Yeah.
It's like you can say what you want, do what you want, but you know the reaction. 'Cause
Right.
Guess what? You know your partner.
Right.
So like, okay, you telling me, okay, whatever. You might not say nothing, but you looking like,
You're saying this, what you mean that.
you know what you know, and it is what it is. So it's like Mike says, it's like, it is what it is.
Fair enough. All right, so I want y'all to give me just a quick piece of advice about relationships. What piece of advice would y'all give me in regards to relationships and love?
I would say the advice for love is happiness for each side, equal happiness for each side. That is what I would offer for.
I would say just do your thing. Make sure you're doing what you want to do, and and on the same token, that person is giving as much. You know what I mean? It's a give and take. I would say more or less make sure that it's worth what you're getting on return. You know what I mean? It's a lot of times you put out a whole lot and it's not as much coming back in return. And sooner or later, that's gonna tip the scale. And you're gonna you're putting out more, and then what you're getting.
It may not be
when you get
50-50,
into
but
it.
it's
When you
got
get
to
into
be
a
close.
relationship with a person, make sure it's worth
Got
the
to
while.
be close.
Make sure that they got as much to lose as you do. You got a lot to lose, and make sure that on the other side, you're not the only one. And just go with you're a very intelligent guy. You got your degrees. You got a good, strong upbringing.
HBCU.
You smooth and you suave. So I mean, just give and take, man, and feel it.
That
Yeah, just a lot of things is just it's a feeling at the moment or whatever, depending on how you've been dealing with somebody. And it's like if they ain't giving you the vibe that ain't satisfying you or whatever, it might be cute in one way and not in another way, but it's like overall, you know what?
It's okay early
You know
in
what?
the relationship.
Let's
but
just-
later on.
We gonna be friends.
And keep it cool.
we gonna be friends. We gonna shake. We cool, but I don't want to be that because it's like
Right.
if you ain't feeling whatever connection that is, and you ain't giving it, you might think you're giving it, but I don't.
But you
I'm
know
not
you ain't
feeling
giving
it.
your all.
I'm not feeling, and I ain't saying I don't give a fuck if you giving your all. Just give me something. Sometimes they ain't giving you shit.
Gotta get something back.
You got to
know
get
what you
something, and
get.
if you ain't giving me enough to feel like you really care, I'm gonna use that word. I don't feel that you really care about me or concern. You can kiss my black ass.
I know that's right.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? It ain't worth it. It's like move on to the next whatever, because somebody else is. Don't waste your time. It's like you know it. It's like you know it when you feel it.
That's it.
If somebody stabbed you with a needle, I got stabbed. You felt it and you knew it.
Yeah.
So, you whoever you're dealing with, you know that, okay, this is a good vibe, okay. And you work through it and always immediately don't put nothing in the shit because it always that new stuff is going to be like, it's great. That new stuff is
excitement.
like,
It's always.
it's always because it's new.
Yeah, because it's new and it's different.
It's new.
That's some of our biggest.
But then you ain't got into the other shit.
Oh, you're right.
You ain't got into the real
Wait till a problem
everyday
occurs.
grind, the bills, the rent,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
car note,
that-
the insurance.
no, y'all was saying y'all was paying rent earlier. What's going on?
No, we paying it, but I'm just
joking.
saying that's the real
Right.
everyday grind that comes up that ain't in the beginning.
Yeah.
The stuff that happens later.
Back in our day,
that's
you
real
were a
life.
hero if your wife didn't work. Right now, you want her out there.
You got to. You know what inflation is?
You
It
have
ain't,
to.
it ain't an option.
you
even if you
want
want
her
to.
out there.
Unfortunately. All right, cool.
Just get some returns on your feelings, baby.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'm with that. I can do that. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, my Uncle Joe, my Uncle Mike, my dad. Thank y'all so much for coming. Round of applause.
Thank you, baby.
This has been an episode here with the If We Do Limited Series podcast. We're going to see y'all in the next one.
All right.
That was smooth.
That was smooth.
Yeah, that was smooth.
All right.
Cheers.
I ain't got nothing in my cup. I can't
Well,
make
hey, you
the
got
toast.
to fix, man.
There
Yeah,
you
do your
go.
thing. Don't worry, we got more. You know y'all tonight always got backup.
I love y'all.
I'm good.
He can't prepare.
Already had
Oh, you loaded it in coming.
It's
my
in his
brother.
coffee.
It's coffee.
How about Miles? Are you guys want a drink or something? Please, come on, man. I got another bottle in the car, so let's do it.